Sunday Kids. I'm super excited to welcome us to yet another exciting and, of course, interesting ICT plugged activity class. I am super excited because this class promises to be exciting and interesting because we are going to be programming our own code, which is users input program. Yes, users input program. In our last class, we looked at variables, where we also talked about prompts. There are messages that we send to the users online. And we said variables is a label that is used to store information. In this class, we are going to be looking at the meaning of input, and we're going to create an interactive computer program that responds to users' input. Now, we also talked about variables. And we said that variable is a label for a piece of information that is placed in a program. Now, in this class, like I said, we are going to be seeing how we can use variables and prompts together, and also how we can be able to work on an input. A prompt is seen as a message on the computer screen that waits for an input from a user. Now, what are these inputs? Inputs are those words that we write to our users. Now, we want to send message to our users, and we want them to be able to interact with the computer. We use what is called an input. Now we ask ourselves, what is an input? An input is the information the computer gets from the users. Yes, any information that is being sent into the computer is seen as an input. Now, the computer has the ability to do everything, but the computer cannot think on its own. So any information that is being sent into the computer is seen as an input. That is why we also have what is called input devices. Input devices are devices that are used to send in information into the computer from a user. So that is why we talked about input device. So input are information that the computer gets from a user. And inputs can also be seen as putting information into the computer by a user. Now, like I said before a computer is able to do any task, they need to get information from us. They need to get what? Information from us. So the information that any user sends into the computer is seen as input. Now, we cannot talk about input without talking about the data. Data are raw facts, or they are raw materials, or they are raw information that needs to be processed by a computer. So any information that is placed inside a computer can also be seen as data. Now, when these programs are placed inside the computer, we need something to be able to make it display on the screen, and that is called the printing text. The printing text block is a block that helps to make text to appear on the screen so that you can be able to see what or how the program interacts with the user. So we're going to be heading straight to the Code Studio, where we'll be able to learn how to program a computer to interact with the user. This is the Code Studio. Like we all know, we are looking at mini projects, which is users input program. Now, in this first puzzle, it says this code might look familiar, but read it carefully. What will be printed if the user types on pizza? We have some options here, but let's see. In the make a new sprite block, we have a plate, a fork, and a knife. And we also have a prompt users for variable which says, what will you be eating? And the variable here is meal. We have an event here, which is the when meal answers. So when you answer the meal, what will be printed will be 1, then on food, which is coming right up, and they have a reduced size. So I clicked on 1 food coming right up. So when I click on run, click on the answer, it says 1 coming right up. Yes, so that is the one for the first puzzle. So let's move to our puzzle 2. Yes, let's move. Now in this puzzle 2, we are going to be looking at an exploration, which is sample program. You will be creating either a greeting card, a chat box, or a blank space story. Before you start, explore the example projects before you see what you are interested in creating. Press finish when you are ready to start to work. So it's just to explore. If you want a greeting card, you just click on the greeting card. So let's see. Let's click on the greeting card and explore on it. So we're going to be creating a greeting card right now. So this is the one I will do. Then I will allow you to do the rest. Okay, this one says customize greeting card. It says this program will ask you a couple questions and then create a customized greeting card. Do this. Play with the greeting card program, read the code to see how it works. You can even make changes. When you are ready to look at the next example project, click on finish. So let's see our greeting card. We can even make changes to them. So let's see if we can put a background. Let's put a background. Let me shift this one here. Okay. So I have a background. Let me see if I can change the background. Better. So yeah, I have prompt users for variable which says who is having a birthday. Then the variable is a name. Now we have how old will they be. This one will talk about age. So we'll be using the name. We talked about variable, that a variable is a label for a piece of information. So this question, the label for this question, who is having a birthday, the label is a name. While how old is the person, is label is an age. So we have some other program here. So let's click on run and see first of all. So when I click on run, I'll click on good. Who is having a birthday? Happy birthday, you are turning. You see, this is from the show title screen, which is happy birthday, you are turning. You are turning so and so age. Let's see. So we can change it. We can change here. Okay, let's see. Let's change this happy birthday to, let me put my name to Mr. Sam. Happy birthday, Mr. Sam. You are turning, so I'll just put any age, 20. Okay. Let's see. So when I click on the good, how old are you? Happy birthday, you see, Mr. Sam, you are turning 20. Now, if I click on this. You see the cake is moving, isn't it? Yes, the cake is moving. Why? Because of words of right. You see, the this one here, we said that it should be jiggling. See, that is why the two of them are moving. So what? So click on finish. So that is how we are going to be creating our own program. I will also try as much as possible to do some in class. Don't forget to do your quizzes and assignments. We'll see you in our next class. Bye.